Honestly, he forgot about you, my cousin said when I asked why I wasn't invited to the party. That night, I booked a luxury train ride through the Rockies. While I watched sunlight spill over mountains, they watched everything else fall apart. He forgot about you, Lila repeated later, eyes glued to her phone. Her tone was casual, like she was talking about the weather. It's been a while, right? He's been in London. People change. I blinked. He forgot about me? She finally looked up, annoyed by my confusion. It's not that deep, Alex. You weren't on the list. It happens. No apology, no sympathy, just that. Ryan, my baby brother, came home from university last week. The same brother I helped raise, the one I paid rent for, wired money to every month, coached through panic attacks, and even sold my guitar to support. The one I stayed up all night talking down after a failed exam. The one I practically carried across the ocean so he could have his London dream. And he forgot about me. The party was everywhere online: catered garden reception, champagne tower, live saxophone, family packed into our parents' backyard. Everyone was their relatives I hadn't seen in years. Even neighbors Ryan couldn't stand as a kid. Everyone but me. The captions were worse than the photos. So proud of our golden boy. Welcome home, Ryan. Your family loves you. My name wasn't mentioned. Not once. Not in the posts, the speeches, or the group photos. I turned off my phone. The next morning, I packed a bag and boarded a train west. First class. Full window carriage. No explanations. No texts. No one noticed. While they toasted Ryan with champagne, I sipped black coffee in silence, mountains stretching endlessly outside my window. The train hummed beneath me like a secret. The quiet felt more honest than any speech. If you don't make the guest list, make your own plans. I was the quiet one. The boring one. The one who'd never snap. And maybe that was true until they made it painfully clear I didn't matter. The unraveling began when Ryan's fiancée, Clara, discovered he hadn't paid for the wedding deposits. I had. The venue, the planner, the photographer. Every payment had come from the family card our parents gave him, which was secretly linked to my account. I'd forgotten about it. I'd let it slide. But Clara found the statements while going through his laptop and flipped. Ryan had told her he'd covered everything himself, that his savings were secure, that I'd barely contributed, that I wasn't even close to the family. And then she stumbled on a Google Doc. The title? Alex Emergency Plan, Worst Case. It was a script, step-by-step instructions on what to say if I ever called him out in public. Alex has always been dramatic. He gets jealous when I succeed. He just wants attention. I kid you not. By the time my train ride ended and my phone finally picked up signal, I was buried under notifications. Texts from Mom. Voicemails from Dad. Missed calls from Lila. And one panicked message from Clara. I'm sorry, I didn't know. You were right about all of it. Then came the group chat, Family Corp. 13 people. Ryan, Alex, we need to talk. Mom, please don't make this worse. Dad, this isn't the time for one of your speeches. Lila, everything's on fire. Literally. Clara, I moved out. Staying at a hotel. Don't call me. I stared at the screen and laughed. It was finally happening. Then Grandma called. I hadn't heard from her in months, but she'd always been the only one who truly saw me. Alex, she said without preamble, you didn't go to the party. No. They deserved that. She paused. Would you like to come for dinner this week? Just us? I blinked. You're inviting me? Of course, I'm not blind. I've been watching all of this for years. That was all I needed to hear. But the real storm hit 2 days later. Mom called, we need to talk, for the family. So I went. The house where Ryan's party had been was eerily quiet, stripped of decorations but still heavy with the memory of celebration. Inside, Ryan sat pale and silent, fists clenched. Dad hovered by the fireplace. Mom paced, already rehearsing her lines. Clara's absence lingered like a ghost. You've been childish, Mom started. You made a scene by not coming. Do you have any idea how humiliating it was to explain why you weren't there? I raised an eyebrow. Humiliating for who? For us, she snapped. People asked if we'd fallen out. I told them you were busy with work. Ryan finally looked up. Why are you trying to sabotage me? I laughed, sharp, bitter. Sabotage? Is that what this is? You could have just said something, he muttered. Oh, like when I texted mom to help with your party and she ignored me? Or when I found out I wasn't invited from Instagram? Lila, sipping tea in the corner, mumbled, you weren't technically uninvited. Enough, Lila, my voice cracked, you all knew. Ryan stood. I didn't think you'd want to come, we're in different stages. I just came back from a master's abroad. You're still doing the same job. The same job that funded his tuition, his rent, his engagement ring. Wow, I said slowly. Say that again, but slower. You're twisting my words. No, I'm finally hearing them. Mom cut in. Enough, we didn't mean to exclude you, but you've always been sensitive. There it was. The family's favorite dagger. I pulled out my phone, opened my banking app, and held up the screen. $48,600. That's how much I've sent in 3 years. Does this look sensitive to you? Silence. This is how much of my life I've handed over, quietly, willingly, and what did I get back? An Instagram story captioned the people who matter most. Dad rubbed his forehead. Let's not turn this into a drama. It already is, I snapped, starring Ryan as the golden boy, Mom as the martyr, and me, the background extra. I picked up a framed photo from the mantle Ryan at graduation, me cropped halfway out, and set it face down. I'm done paying, done helping, done being quiet. Alex, Mom whispered, you don't mean that. Ryan's voice broke, you're my brother. I looked him in the eye. No, I was your wallet. And I walked out. No missed calls. No frantic apologies. Just peace. For the first time in years, the silence was mine. And instead of guilt, I felt sunlight. Not the kind that asks you to forgive. Not the kind that drags you back. The kind that says, you're finally free. I wanted to be myself again, so I started clearing the wreckage. I canceled the family card, cut off Ryan's subscriptions, removed myself from shared calendars, accounts, and folders, left the group chat without a word. Every click felt like a key turning in a lock, not to shut them out, but to set myself free. Then I disappeared into the mountains. No signal, no noise, just air and silence. For the first time in years, I wasn't calculating what someone needed from me, I was asking what I needed. They thought I'd come back. They always do. That's the thing about people who use you, they believe your boundaries are temporary, that your anger is theater, that eventually, you'll apologize for daring to resist and step back into the role they cast you in. But not this time. It's been a month since the party I wasn't invited to, since Clara walked out, since Ryan's golden boy image cracked like glass, since I pulled the plug on their lifelines and started wiring energy back into my own. They're unraveling. Mom leaves voicemails that start with, I raised you better than this, and end with, this family is falling apart and you're letting it happen. She's right, I am letting it happen, because for the first time, I'm not fixing what I didn't break. Dad texts me, I hope you're proud, your brother's depressed, your mother cries every day, but not once has he asked how I'm doing. That's the point, isn't it? It was never about me. I was never a son or a brother in their story. I was access, a resource, a bank account with a pulse. When I disappeared, they didn't lose me, they lost access, and now they're panicking. Lila texted, the group chat's chaos, Mom's threatening to rewrite the will, Ryan won't talk, it's like you lit a match and walked away. But I didn't light it, they did, when they left me off the list, when they said, he forgot about you, when they toasted under string lights and pretended I didn't exist. All I did was stop putting out their fires. The strange thing about peace is how addictive it is. For years, I thought love meant sacrifice, that family meant endurance, that being good meant swallowing disrespect in silence. Now, love looks different. It looks like freedom, like silence that heals instead of suffocates, like waking up without bracing for the next emotional invoice. And the wildest part? I'm not bitter. I thought I'd be full of rage, but I'm not. The fire was theirs. What I found is better: stillness, control, myself. This morning, I posted a photo from that train ride, the glass dome, the snow-capped peaks. My caption, if they don't put you on the guest list, make your own destination. It went a little viral. Even CL liked it. Lila sent me a screenshot of the family chat melting down over it. Mom, he's mocking us publicly now. Dad, let it go. We lost him. But here's the truth, they never lost me, they never had me, they had my silence, my money, my labor. Me, they never even saw. I don't know what comes next. Maybe one day Ryan will look me in the eye and say the words I deserved a decade ago: I'm sorry, I used you, I was selfish. Maybe he never will. Either way, I'm not waiting. I'm done building bridges only I ever walk across. From now on, I'm building walls, not to shut people out, but to keep myself in, to guard the parts of me that were drained dry just to keep others comfortable, to protect the peace I bled for, to finally, unapologetically, choose me.